your timeline tarot. If you've never been to or watched a timeline reading, what I do is I set up 2 different timelines that you can dictate by your behavior choices you make, or the emotions you choose to hold can move from one time to the next timeline, because we have potentials. Nothing is set in stone. Anything can change based on you, because we are free will beings and we choose whatever timeline we want. All right, Libra. Physical health, self-care, empty cup, progress, not perfection are some of the phrases I heard from Spirit before turning this on. Progress, not perfection. So some of you Libras might be talking yourselves out of things because you want it to be perfect. It should look a certain way. It should be a certain way. But the thing is, like, not everything has to, you don't control how things are supposed to look. A lot of times Spirit controls that, and you should just surrender to the road ahead. Obviously, you have to listen to some sort of discernment within you. However, you have to trust. You have to trust. And you can't, and I'm getting something about, like, you can't create a future with someone who isn't wanting the same. This might be a love reading. Okay. Some of you might be wanting love. So we'll go there. We will set intention for that. All right, first timeline, love is coming in. Oh, Lord. Don't take action on this situation. Either that or you're not taking action and you're feeling stagnant because you're not taking action on it. So you're also kind of in a desert place where you're really retreated, kind of in a place of hibernation is the best way I can put it. What it looks like to me is like you just don't want to take action on something you're afraid of speaking on. That's interesting. That must be a theme for the air signs right now. You're afraid of taking action because you're afraid of the consequences on making a decision or making a choice. This time is really asking you to examine and dive into the darker aspects of yourself, the subconscious aspects of yourself, and really just examine the past. So a lot of emotions might be coming up that you're not used to feeling, because if I know Libra, like any good Libra, you are very good at avoiding emotions. You might eat to avoid them. You might work to avoid them. You are doing everything you can to avoid this, but I'm here to tell you right now, something's about to hit you if you don't take the time to just feel this. That might be about the health. Because a lot of times when we avoid emotions that are inevitable, we'll be kind of put down in a way, like health-wise, so we are forced to examine them. I hope that's not the case, but that's what it looks like to me. So stop avoiding this. Stop avoiding these emotions, because they're here and you just can't. You just can't avoid them. What? I cannot with Spirit sometimes. I literally think they are being totally silly. They just said preparation H. I think they said you're going to need some preparation H, meaning they're going to kick you in the butt and make you pay attention. That is hilarious. Thank you for that. So preparation H, Libra. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're feeling extremely confused. And the person you're dealing with might be an extremely aggressive individual. They're like, tell me what you want. Let's figure this out. Let's talk about it. And I feel like they're like always that way. And you're just like, I don't know. I can't figure this out. I can't do it. I'm just going to avoid it. You're not going to be able to avoid it. But you also don't need to fight with this person either. This individual you're dealing with is just an aggressor. They're just aggressive. And you don't have to be pulled in to their aggressive behavior. You don't have to. You can say, I'm good. I think this person has ulterior motives. I think that's how you say it. Ulterior motives as well. It's so weird because this individual's energy is very aggressive but also depressed at the same time. That's very strange. So this individual could have kind of like a, what's the word? Almost like two faces. Like they put on one way for the outside world, and then then they had like this other part of them. Almost like a Jekyll and Hyde sort of behavior. Yeah. And they're just focused on the negative. Weird. So what you fail to realize is you have options here. So this Jekyll and Hyde person is honestly trying to live in two different lives. So if you're, again, this could be work related, but this also could be like a love situation. But this person hides a lot of how they feel, and they don't tell you what they're thinking. I think that's just why Spirit is asking you to like go inward and really just face some things that are hard to face, because this person I don't think they want the same things you do. And you have to be the magician, because yeah, this is toxic. This is not a good situation. There's a lot of hidden things here. This person could even be like a substance abuser, or you could be either one. I already talked about how you try to avoid things, so it could be you that's being the toxic one. Yeah, I think this person who's hiding things is you. It is you, Libra. You're hiding things. You're not being forthcoming with the people in the world around you. You are being the two-faced person who isn't being honest with the world, because you're afraid of how it's going to make you look to others. Oh, you're afraid of how it's going to make you look. Well, you're going to have to face the music. You're going to have to be honest with the world and others around you, because you're afraid of facing that darkness. You're like, I'm not going to feel my emotions. I am not going to face this. I am going to avoid this at all costs. Oh, Libra. You have to. You have to do this. This is why we're here. We're here to face hard emotions, and then we can integrate them, and then we don't have to be triggered by the exterior world as often. So it's like this has to do with a father figure of your past, with a father figure, and it is still being carried over into your relationships. You got to face the father figure. You got to face the male aspect in your life. You just have to. Okay? Oh my gosh, was that just the first timeline? I feel like that went forever. Holy cow. All right. Real quick, let's see what the other timeline is. That was very in-depth. I did not mean to go that long, but hey, that's just what Spirit asked me to be doing. All right, second timeline. Holy moly. So, I mean, this feels very similar to the first timeline already. You're in some sort of holding space. You don't want to move on. There might be a younger child that is to do with the situation at hand, that almost like you're not wanting to face the younger aspects of yourself. Yeah, this is like all the same. You're afraid of being honest because financially it might just hurt you in some way. And you're just feeling like you have too many options and you can't stop. It's like there's no room for stopping enough to just build yourself up and work on yourself physically and emotionally. There's no time. Well, Spirit's going to make time very quickly. Holy crap. You're avoiding so much. So much avoidance. It feels like both timelines are very, very similar in this way. It's like you cannot avoid this any longer. You just have to face what's going on. And it's going to be better if you just face it. Just face it head on. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You're a lot stronger than you think. And people around you think you're strong too. But you don't know that you're strong. You don't think that about yourself. But you are a lot stronger than you realize. So both timelines kind of are the same in this one, which is interesting. So watch the first timeline if you fast forwarded to the second timeline, because that's like the same. They're the same ones. And that happens sometimes. There's a lot of emotional healing that Libras need to do. And a lot of emotions coming up. And a lot of heartache coming up because you need to face some stuff. All right, let's pick some cards here. White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. So trust in what's coming up. Watch and wait, Horse Spirit. Claim your independence. A lot of Libras are always wanting to be in love all the time as well. They're afraid to be independent because they feel like, it's the Venus, you're ruled by Venus. You're all about love. You're all about connection, and that's okay. And I feel like to a fault, you're just super nice to a fault. You have to sometimes be a jerk, sometimes be an a-hole, to set boundaries, to kind of tell people what you expect from them. And then in turn, the same for yourself. Because you don't have to put on this facade of being something you're not. You just don't have to put on the facade any longer. It's not working for you. It's going to make you sick. So let people in. Let them know who you are. And those who love you will stick around no matter how bad it gets. They just will. All right, Libra. Thank you so much for watching. If you would subscribe, that would be great. If you would send this to any other Libra that might love it, that would be great. Get in my description, and if you want to donate to the channel, that would be awesome. Or contact me for a private reading down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week.